This morning I was walking past a store that sells glasses, or as they like to say, eyewear. And there was a sign outside the store that read, Semi-Annual Lens Event. So I went in, and a clerk said, "Good morning, sir, may I help you?" And I said, "No, I'm just here for the event." In other news, unemployment is a big concern right now. The sharpest economists all say that we can't have a true economic recovery until the unemployment figures change. 1 person in every 6 is either unemployed or underemployed. And for those people, it's tough. They don't have any or much money coming in, so it's difficult for them to be buying anything, like food or gas or paying their mortgage. Unless they're collecting unemployment benefits, in which case they're a drain on the system, not a boost. Now, that is something very technical that only a brilliant economist could figure out. I don't expect any of you to understand it. I certainly don't. It's way over my head. Speaking of way over my head, NASA, the space agency, is currently unemployed, or at the very least, grossly underemployed. They just ran their last shuttle mission, and now they don't have anything to do. Former President Bush, W., took pity on them and said they could go back to the moon. But current President Obama said that was a lot of baloney, and there was no point in going back to the moon. Been there, done that, he said, so forget it. So NASA's got to figure something out, and quick, before everybody forgets about them, before there is no more NASA. So they think about it, and they come up with this. We'll go to an asteroid. Where they really want to go is Mars, but for a practice run, they'll go to an asteroid. But there's trouble here, because when people hear that we're going to an asteroid, maybe one named STR-480, that isn't very exciting. It isn't like, hey, let's go to the moon. So what NASA needs to do is explain itself and its mission. What they need, it turns out, to support this whole thing is a story. Somebody said that exploration is nothing if not the articulation of a great story, one that can capture the imagination of the public, like, hey, let's go to the moon. You come up with a great story and everything else will follow. The funding, the engineering, the brave astronauts. That's why I'm here, to help NASA. They need a story. I feel like I can come up with some story as to not only why we should be going to an asteroid, but also why it's important, why it's imperative, why we absolutely must be going to an asteroid. And here it is. A kid goes missing. He starts popping up on milk cartons. People are searching for him. He's a cute little kid named Josh. And out of the blue, word begins to spread that Josh is on an asteroid. Don't know the particulars, how he got there or who took him, but one thing is clear. We've got to save him, and we better hurry. We turn to, who else? NASA. They're the only ones equipped to do this. So NASA, with the full backing of the government and the total rapt attention of the nation and the world, begins the urgent quest to save that little boy, Josh, who is stranded on an asteroid. If you don't like the little boy, we could use a puppy. That's our story, and I strongly suggest that they stick to it. They won't, of course. They've got their own story. The only problem is that it's a lot less believable and much less compelling than mine. Their story focuses on killer asteroids, ones that somehow get on a collision course with the Earth. We can't identify any of them at this time, but they say, so what? That doesn't matter. What we should do is go to an asteroid anyway, any asteroid, pick one, a pretty big one, and we go there and practice on it, see if we can alter its course. Naturally, what will happen is that we're successful, we do change the path of the asteroid, and it's suddenly on a path to collide with the Earth, and we won't have enough time to change its path again. It's, it's very difficult, by the way, just getting to an asteroid. And then when you do get there, you can't land, you'd bounce off because there's no gravity. So you'd have to, like, harpoon the asteroid or something in order to stay near it. And then you'd have to anchor some explosive to it, blow that up, and then the asteroid changes its course and collides with the Earth. Asteroids, NASA reminds us, have hit the Earth before. There is a theory, believed by quite a few experts, but it's still a theory, that a big asteroid hit the Earth and caused such a cloud of debris to form that there was darkness for so long that it wiped out all the dinosaurs. And with that in mind, one scientist says that one of the major reasons we should go to the asteroids is that it would prove once and for all that we're smarter than the dinosaurs. Because you see, the dinosaurs knew it was coming, that asteroid, but they weren't able to stop it. They didn't have a space program or a big enough federal budget. They hadn't been practicing changing the course of asteroids, or maybe what it was, they didn't have a story. Huge rock coming at them, going to finish them all off, wham, extinction, and they couldn't come up with a story, so nothing was done. Shows you right there the importance of that story. But if we could reach the asteroid, see, and alter the orbital path of one of them, then we'd have actual tangible evidence, positive proof, that we are smarter than the dinosaurs. And that would make it all worthwhile, right? This morning I was walking past a store that sells glasses, or as they like to say, eyewear.